After my first video about adding humans into Minecraft, I went to bed not expecting it to get any views. When I came back to my computer a day later, I was surprised to see it had gotten a few thousand views. I said that if I got over 100 likes, I would make a part 2. And now, I will keep my promise. This project is unfinished, and we're still missing several things. In this video, we will fix all the bugs with our previous version, add proper size and scaling functionality, add some new features to make it more unique from other versions, and make a tutorial on how to scan your own body. This is Humans in Minecraft 2. First up, we've got bug fixing, and there's a lot of them. Beating Minecraft as a human would have been an Olympian feat with all these issues, so I am going to fix that. 1. Entering a minecart would break the armor stand model and turn the player invisible. Minecraft doesn't have a way to control stacked entities, so I disabled vehicles until I find a solution. I also did not like seeing the horse inventory, so I added a custom menu through Blockbench and added a few lines to lock the slots. It's just a short text about how the pack works and how to change the settings, very straightforward. After that, I tweaked the player's scale on the horse and armor stand. Before, you could no-clip through walls like a Portal speedrunner, so I patched it and made the sizes much more reasonable. I fixed the player's stepping animation tweaking like a fenthead, fixed the crouch animation, levitating and moonwalking, fixed block-breaking animations lasting until the heat death of the universe, fixed saddles duplicating when you clicked on it, gave the player a reasonable jump height, fixed hitboxes bugging, fixed mobs deciding to ignore you, fixed the horse randomly dying from a heart attack, changed the animation priority so you punch harder, and a million other things I don't care to remember. I also had to deal with swimming soft-locking the player from moving, because horses kick you off underwater. There's apparently no way to fix this, so I just disabled you from going in the water because you are scared of sharks and hate the water anyway. I still didn't think my pack had enough features, and I wasn't satisfied with the unfixed bugs. I ended up replacing the horse with just putting the player model in the head slot. It means we can't add smooth animations in the future, but it helps fix a lot of other bugs. With this added, I added a new swimming animation so water is now functional, and vehicles now work correctly too. With this, we can get sprinting and sneaking back to normal. And I added a sprint and sprint idle animation. I added hurt sound effects, raised the step height while running, and added a few new environmental particle effects. If you don't like the new changes, you can disable them in this neat little admin menu I added. Earlier, I wanted to add giants to my Datapack to make it more interesting, but I ran out of time. Now, I'm picking up where I left off and finishing my huge humans game mode with a couple of new, neat features. I started off trying to scale up the model, but OBJ models aren't affected by Minecraft scale attributes. I tried adding more models to the pack, but if I keep adding more files to my Minecraft is going to explode. I gave up on that and instead made a separate resource pack for the huge version only. I added a separate item to make you huge, but am lazy, so it's just the same model from last time. At first, it was pretty easy, because adding scale and basic Minecraft attributes is simple. After that, I ran into a few issues with the sprinting and walking animations. It looks really buggy when using the basic small human code, so I rewrote it to work for the large humans by adding a few checks to see what tags the player has. I added unique animations for walking so it looks more realistic, and removed a few animations like swimming to make room for new animations. This looks pretty cool already, but the jumping was really annoying. OBJ-MC animations are constantly looping when not visible, so when I replace the animation, it starts on a random frame. It took a few hours of intense Googling, and some help from Godlander's Discord to figure out I had to run some calculations with the world time and divide it by the animation length to find my frame offset. Minecraft doesn't allow player NBT modification because Mojang hates me, and item modifier, JSONs, don't support component copying from scoreboards, so I ended up running an NBT replacement command on an armor stand, then copying that item to the player to always start on frame 0. I wanted to add grabbing animations too, similar to Lethal Company, where the giants can grab tiny people off the ground to troll them. This was pretty cool already, but I added more things, like stomping when you jump, breaking leaves and weak blocks, and thumping sounds when you walk. I also tweaked the player portal system so you can go to the end and nether while huge. Enjoy trolling your friends as a 30-meter-tall Asian man in Minecraft. I promised that I would make a tutorial for adding your own models into my pack, so here it is. The Datapack works by displaying an item with a custom model ID, so we can simply replace the model files in the resource pack. To do this, first download your model online or 3D scan it yourself. If you 3D scan it, remember to clean up artifacts in the mesh to make it game ready. Now that we have our model, make sure that the image texture is baked together. Sometimes you may have a model with multiple image textures. Watch the video in the description to learn how to bake textures in a single image. In this case, the model I downloaded had one texture. Save the Blender files and .blend file into a separate folder. Then export the .fbx model and texture file into the same folder. Select all of the files and zip it. Now head over to mixamo.com and select Add Upload Character. Select your zipped file. If the textures didn't load, make sure you save the blend file correctly in the folder. Now, rig the model by dragging the points over the knees, wrists, and other body parts. Press Export. Select the animation you want and set it to In Place. Set the frame rate to 24 and keyframe reduction to non-uniform. After that, hit Import, then FBX in Blender to import the FBX and loop your animation to the end of the cycle. Make sure the rotation and everything is correct, then export it as an OBJ animation. Uncheck Materials and make sure the end frame is the same as the end loop frame in Blender. Export this into a file, then download and install OBJMC Armor Branch on GitHub. Run the Python file objmc.py and select the exported OBJ animations. And in the texture, select the downloaded single image texture from our zipped folder. Change the color behavior to time. Change the animation length. Set autoplay to true. Remove the shadow and change the scale and offset to match our Minecraft character. Set output name and texture to match the animation you want to replace. For example, our run animation is just called man, and the texture is man out. Once you export these files, they will appear in the obj-mc folder next to the Python file. Go into the resource pack and go into models/steam and paste the JSON file that was exported in obj-mc. It should replace the old JSON file. Enter this file and set the texture to steam/ as a prefix, because all the textures are in the steam folder. Go into Steam Textures and paste in the animation texture. It should be the same as the JSON, but without at the end. Reload the resource pack, and the specific animation should be changed to your new model. Repeat the last couple of steps with every animation in the pack. You need to replace every JSON/texture file. If you have any questions, join the Discord server and I can try and help you. Thanks for watching this video. Comment down below anything else I should add, or any future ideas for things that I could work on.